My personal teaching philosophy revolves around the idea that all students should feel safe and welcome when they're in my classroom. I want everyone to feel that they're a part of a community and that they're able to comfortably share their ideas, ask questions, and explore different possibilities. I strive to start every day with a positive mindset, with a helping hand, and with clear expectations so that my students know what I expect from them and how they're able to reach their full potential. My role as a teacher will be to be a motivator, a supporter, and a positive influence. And I want to be a leader to all and advocate for my students and their right to equal opportunities in the classroom. Over the course of my student teaching experience, I feel that I've grown in my ability to connect with students, whether it's asking how their baseball game went last night or how many Girl Scout cookies they've sold so far. It helps build that connection with myself and my students to show that I care and that I listen. It's critical to me that my students know how much I care for them and not just what happens inside of my classroom, that I'm thinking about them the second that they leave the classroom until I see them the next morning. I also feel that I've grown in my ability to help shape students into responsible members of society. We talk a lot about bullying, social differences, different disabilities, and what that can look like outside of school. My students know my expectations of them in the classroom, and they also know how I expect them to behave outside of the classroom. They also know that as my students, I expect them to stand up for what's right, to report anything wrong to an adult, and to treat others with respect at all times. Technology is a huge part of my classroom. Each student in my district is given their own personal Chromebook that they can use, and they take it between home and school every day. That allows them to access their work at home and in each of their classes. It's a critical component to the success of my students because it allows them to access so many features like text-to-speech, speech-to-text, spell check, Grammarly. That's really important with my students as they're at various levels academically. When working with students who have exceptionalities, I feel empowered to prepare them for the real world. In a society that is becoming increasingly diverse, I believe inclusion is key, whether it's inclusion of all students in a general education classroom, in the lunchroom, or at recess. I feel the best way to be inclusive is to give everyone equal opportunities and to teach every student to be a friend to every classmate.